Have you ever held the door open for a stranger? Or given up your seat on a crowded bus? You probably felt a little warm inside, a little spark of connection. You might think, I did that out of kindness, out of love. But what if I told you that wasn't the whole story? What if, deep down, the real reason you did it was fear? It sounds crazy, right? But think about it. Are our good deeds truly driven by pure compassion, or are they a clever way to avoid something we dread? Let's unpack this fascinating and maybe slightly uncomfortable question. Are humans more driven by fear than by love? To start, let's define our terms. When we talk about love as a motivator, we're talking about empathy, compassion, the desire for connection, and genuine care for others' well-being. It's the force that pulls us together, that makes us want to help, to share, and to build community. On the flip side, fear isn't just about being scared of spiders or dark alleys. It's a much broader, more subtle force. It's the fear of rejection, the fear of judgment, the fear of being seen as a bad person, the fear of being alone, and the fear of pain, both our own and the pain we see in others, that reminds us of our own vulnerability. So let's go back to holding that door. On the surface, it's a simple act of kindness. But let's look closer. What would happen if you didn't hold the door? The person behind you might get a face full of door, which would be awkward. They might give you a dirty look. You might feel a pang of guilt. You'd be judged, even if only for a fleeting moment. By holding the door, you effortlessly avoid all that social friction, that potential for negative judgment. So, was the primary driver a selfless desire to help, or a self-protective instinct to avoid discomfort and social penalty? The line is blurrier than we think. This fear-based motivation is everywhere. Think about your job. Do you work hard because you absolutely love every single task, or is there a part of you that's driven by the fear of missing a deadline, disappointing your boss, or worse, losing your job and financial security? We study for exams not just out of a love for learning, but out of fear of failure. We follow traffic laws not just because we're good citizens, but because we fear the ticket, the accident, or the points on our license. Evolutionary psychology gives us some powerful clues here. Our ancestors' survival depended heavily on a highly tuned fear response. The one who was constantly on alert for predators, who feared being cast out from the tribe, was the one who survived to pass on their genes. Fear is a primal, life-preserving instinct. The fight or flight response is hardwired into our nervous system. It's an automatic, powerful reaction designed to keep us safe from immediate threats. Love, while incredibly important for social bonding and raising offspring, often operates on a slower, more cognitive level. When a tiger is chasing you, you don't stop to appreciate its majestic beauty. You run. Fear gets priority processing in the brain. This isn't to say love isn't a powerful motivator. Of course it is. Love drives parents to make incredible sacrifices for their children. It inspires artists to create breathtaking works. It fuels social movements that change the world for the better. Love is the engine of creation, connection, and growth. It's the force that makes life meaningful and rich. The love for a partner, a family, or a community can make us do things that seem to defy all logic and self-interest. But even within these acts of love, fear often plays a supporting role. A parent might sacrifice for their child out of deep love, but also out of a profound fear of something terrible happening to them. We cherish our relationships partly because we fear the loneliness and emptiness that would come with losing them. The fear of loss can make our love feel even more precious and urgent. So, it's not really a simple case of fear versus love. It's more like a complex dance between the two. Fear is often the push, the reactive force that protects us from harm and keeps us in line. It's the away from motivation. Love is the pull, the proactive force that draws us toward connection, growth, and fulfillment. It's the toward motivation. Consider this. Fear is often about maintaining the status quo, about not losing what we have. It's a conservative force. If you're living comfortably, the fear of losing that comfort can be a huge motivator to play it safe and not rock the boat. Love, on the other hand, is often the catalyst for change. It's what inspires us to take risks, to strive for something better, to build a future that doesn't exist yet. You might quit a stable but soul-crushing job, overcoming the fear of instability, because you love a certain craft and want to pursue it. So, which one is stronger? In the short term, in moments of immediate crisis or social pressure, fear often wins. It's faster, more visceral, and more directly tied to our survival instincts. It's the brain's emergency brake. It's what stops us from making a disastrous mistake. However, over the long term, love is what provides the direction and purpose for our lives. You can't build a meaningful life based solely on avoiding things. You have to be moving toward something. Love gives us that toward. It's the fuel for our greatest achievements and our deepest joys. Fear can build walls to keep us safe, but love opens doors to new possibilities. Perhaps the most evolved human choice is to recognize our fears, to understand how they influence us, but to consciously choose to act from a place of love, to hold the door not because we fear judgment, but because we choose to connect with another human being in that small moment. To work hard not just out of fear of failure, but out of a love for what we do and the impact we can have. It's about turning the have to of fear into the want to of love. This is the journey of personal growth, acknowledging the tiger of fear that lives inside all of us, but choosing to follow the call of our heart. So, what do you think? Look at your own life, your own decisions today. What was driven by fear, and what was driven by love? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. I'd love to hear your perspective on this. Thanks so much for watching and thinking deep with me today. If you enjoyed this video and it gave you something to chew on, please hit that like button and consider subscribing for more content that explores the fascinating complexities of being human. See you in the next one.